So some people were surprised, I'm not, that the Alphabet Group decided to, go on and do their walkout. I knew they were going to do it. Some people thought they were bluffing, but I was like, they have a history of doing this, so, it's going to happen. I didn't think they would wild to the extent they did because their arguments were really fucking stupid. But I think it was funny because, inadvertently, they didn't just prove one of Chappelle's points. They proved multiple. Now, the left missed it because you say anything about Alphabet, they lose their mind. The right missed it because if you say anything about race relations, that goes over their head. Right? Like, the right didn't understand his joke when he's talking to the Alphabet saying, could you stop punching down at my people? Or the more important message is why Alphabet like to inject themselves into black issues to elevate themselves and make it about them at the expense of us. Example, you can go look at the video I did about the San Francisco Pride Parade charging reparations fees to the white attendees and then taking that money and giving it to a Alphabet charity that was mostly white. Piggybacking off a black issue or black suffering, making it about them, enriching themselves off of us. Right? It's the same thing where you see, like, BLM. And I'm not talking about the organization. You've watched me. I know not everyone watched all my videos. I don't like the organization. They're a bunch of race-hustling pieces of shit. Alright? Individual activists that work outside of that organization, I've talked to many of them. I don't have a problem with them. They don't really like the organization either. But anyway, I just want to point out, because you'll see in this video how you'll see how the Black Lives Matter, now you see a bunch of Black Trans Lives Matter, and then they shift it. You see them chanting in this video, Trans Lives Matter, and there's that shift. You're gonna co-opt the black issue, and then make it about you. And this is what he meant by, punching down at our people. Right? Pointing out, you can kill a nigga, and nothing gonna happen. No one's gonna question you. But if you hurt a gay person's feelings, that's no. Right? And I was talking to intersectionalists about this, and it amazes me how deep they keep proving his point while missing his point. I had one response that actually sort of pissed me off a little bit. Was they were saying, actually, due to intersectionality, all these are intertwined. So by fighting for trans rights and alphabet rights, you're actually fighting for your... No. No. Black people and alphabet people are not the same thing. We're not even remotely the same. We don't even have a similar history. Don't do this. Right? You can hide you're gay. You can't hide being black. But again, that's what he meant by, like I said, they co-opt stuff from us, make it about them, elevate themselves. They try to pretend they have no privilege, but like I said, when they complain, shit changes. When niggas complain, nothing changes. Alright, these people can whine and get logos on things, they can get bathroom laws passed, but it's been almost 4 decades and we still haven't gotten substantial police reform. Don't miss me with this, he's punching down, okay? Right, I had this conversation with another one where they said, name one cultural institution or big institution controlled by alphabet people, like Hollywood. I know people who worked in Hollywood. Right? But at the same time, name an institution that black people overwhelmingly own and control. Because I'll wait. Because it'd be news to me. Anyway, I also want to show you that a lot of this shift, too, is mostly white women. I'm looking at these Black Trans Lives Matter sign. Overwhelming, I think almost all except I think 2 I saw that were all held by white women. Let's be honest. The shit libs, not the leftists, but the shit libs are overwhelmingly white women.
Tonight, Netflix and
so those game workers have your back. Who says game workers? I'm speaking as somebody who was a game developer for 7 years. What is a game worker? Nobody says that. Also, this is why probably it's a good idea that I'm just going to work on developing my own apps right now and not work for games because, yeah, my mouth would get me blacklisted in 2 seconds.
Employees walking out of the company's Hollywood office after...
Let me see. Oh, I saw it. There we go. White woman. Another white woman. See?
Weeks of internal backlash.
If your satire is punching down, you are being a bully.
Yeah! And I've already explained why that wasn't punching down. It was actually either... At best, maybe you can make an argument punching straight, but really it was punching up. Like I said, look how it happens when they complain, look what gets done, look what happens when black people complain, look what gets done. That can tell you which direction you're punching.
Employees angered over Netflix's handling of Dave Chappelle's new comedy special, The Closer, which features jokes centered on his relationship with the trans community.
Also, considering he brought up how a bunch of, alphabet people bullied his trans friend into killing themselves, he was surprisingly tame, because if someone bullied one of my friends into killing themselves, damn, I'd be out for blood. Not literally. I just mean I'd be way more harsh with my words. So I'm surprised he was able to say everything so calmly.
Some employees calling the special transphobic.
We didn't care what Dave Chappelle was doing until you come for our community.
Okay, let me tell you something. I've always said, I don't know if I've said on this channel in the past, I probably have. I've always said those are the worst types of people. The ones who go, you can make fun. Remember, Dave Chappelle made fun of Jews. He dropped the hard R in there multiple times and made fun of white people. That's fine. You say alphabet, now it's not okay. I've always said the people who fine with jokes about certain groups, but then when you come for their own, and then they're all upset, those are the worst types of people, because they're hypocrites. And they should not be laughing at other people, because I used to stream on Twitch. And when I streamed on Twitch, I remember I was playing, I think it was Double Cross. I was playing Double Cross, and we had a bunch of Chinese players joining. And I was making communist jokes, right? A lot. Just having fun. Then, guy in my chat, who's in the stream, in the chat, joins in, and his call-outs were in Spanish. So I made Mexican joke about it. And then he just flipped out saying you were racist. And it was literally, I just repackaged one of the communist jokes I made earlier and just changed some words. And I was like, I pointed out, I was just like, you get out of here. You're the worst type of people. I don't want you here. Right? I made jokes about Chinese people you didn't care. I made jokes about black people you didn't care. But as soon as I said Mexican, you freaked out. Right? Don't watch comedy. If that's your attitude, don't watch comedy. Go sit in your hug box. Okay?
In internal communications with employees, Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos argued that the special was popular with subscribers and would lead to no real-world harm.
He did not feel an amount.
Yeah, because if you saw his original statement, he compared it to games, because there was no correlation with the increase in violent media like games and increase with actual violence. Usually on the release day of games, especially violent games, crime actually goes down on those days. So he's pointing that out. That doesn't translate. Right? These same people aren't saying, yo, he dropped the hard R, he hates black people, he wants his own people getting killed. Nobody said that. Right? I mean, like, when I go back not even too long ago, look at like Eddie Murphy or Chris Rock. I'm like, man, they made fun of black ignorance all the time, and that shit was fucking hilarious. But niggas ain't wildin' over that. Because we're not children.
To hate speech, which went down incredibly badly with Netflix's own trans and LGBTQ plus employees.
Variety reporter Matt Donnelly broke the story and spoke to Sarandos just hours before the walkout. Sarandos saying, obviously, I screwed up that internal communication.
So originally here, he said what I said before, and then he ended up backtracking because the alphabet be wildin'.
I should have led with a lot more humanity. I had a group of employees that were definitely feeling pain and hurt from the decision we made.
Like I said, if that was me, I'd just fire all those people. All right? You just go like, yo, it's comedy, get over it. He made fun of other groups. How comedy works. You see these people out here who are like, comedy doesn't mean you have to be mean. The source of all comedy is misery, basically. So, okay. And he didn't even say anything mean. I like how standing up for black people in relation to the alphabet people, now you kind of see how this works, right? The alphabet take priority over black people. And then they say that he's punching down. Okay.
Protest organizers have released a list of demands, but it's unclear what the company's next steps will be.
I think that next Netflix is going to have to put its money where its mouth is. This specific block of employees are galvanized to continue to hold them accountable.
So you fire them. Because right now they're like complaining that they should have more control, like the alphabet should have more control over what goes on Netflix. And I'm like, okay, from a business standpoint, taking a small percentage of the population and having them curate what the rest can see is not going to end well for your business. And at the end of the day, they're a business. They're smart. If they want to go down that route, okay, have fun. I guess Hulu will probably love you for it.
a controversy unfolding within the media giant, forced to listen to its workers. Steve Patterson, NBC News, Los Angeles.
I like how they delivered that so dramatically. Anyway, I'm gonna keep watching this, see how this unfolds, see if Netflix backs down. I doubt they'll do it. I know Chappelle said he'll do like a 10-city tour if they back down. I don't think Netflix is gonna do it. I don't know if they want to be more ideological or make more money, but I don't know. The time we live in right now is retarded, so we'll see how that works.